Hello. Welcome to this evening's Wind Down the Right Way and promote your channel. How's everyone doing? Let's not get tongue tied, Andrea. Let's take some time and attend to our wind down tonight. Hi, Nicole. If I'm talking soft, it's because I'm trying to get my brain to wind the heck down. Let me play my favorite little thing. And you know what? We're going to be right back to talk about some little things. Okay. All right. Don't go anywhere. Get yourself a drink. Use the bathroom. Do whatever you got to do. And we'll be right back.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Oh. Lord have mercy on me. This prayer I'm crying. Lord have mercy on me. I'm really trying. Lord have mercy on me. Feel like I'm dying. Lord have mercy on me. I'm really trying. Yeah, Lord, you came into my life just the other day. Right when I was feeling there's gotta be another way. You left me messages that said I'll call you back another day. Kept looking for me like parents do or run away. Still getting high to get by just to live it up. Feeling so down cause I know I gotta give it up. I think I want it but I
We don't need to listen to that over and over again. Let's fix that. So, welcome, Unstoppable. I'm so glad to have everyone here. Nicole Thompson, Unstoppable, myself, people that are not dropped down in the chat just yet. We are so blessed over here. I want to give a huge shout out to Sugar Love. Sugar Love has been promoting my channel for the past 2 days to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And I could not, I literally could not be more thankful. When you run into good-hearted people like that, you have to really take inventory and really be completely grounded in gratitude, because people like that, are very, very, very hard to find. I say this all the time. What about your friends? You know what I mean? Not that anyone on YouTube really is like a friend, but you get what I'm saying. Like we are a community, and hey, KMB. Now this is the queen. KMB, Mama Carol is a queen. I just absolutely love you, Carol. You have really been a OG angel for a long time, from like the beginning. So I pay homage to you. I honor you. I thank you so much for all of your kindness, your support, for just coming to check on me in my lives and dropping down. Hey, Miss Zam. Okay. Thank you so much. But when you find good-hearted people who really, really want to see you succeed and will take time from their content to shout you out and, encourage people to come, shout me out and encourage people to come and check on my channel and subscribe. I just thank you. So Sugar Love, Thank you so much. Let me put her link in the chat real quick because I want you all to also please go, if you're not already, subscribe to her and leave a comment in one of her videos and tell her Andrea sent you. Okay? So let me find it and post it. Oh, she doesn't even have it there. Well, I know what I could do is just go here, copy it, and paste it here. So, so much has been happening this week, like in the world, on YouTube. Lord. I'm not even like caught up in some of the happenings. Yes, please subscribe to Sugar Love. And by the way, if any of you here in this live have a channel that you would like for me to drop the link to encourage people to subscribe, this is a promote your channel night. And so I want you to go ahead and let me know if you want to promote your channel. And what I would do is throughout the whole live tonight, I will drop your link. Because, right, it's good to pay it forward. Now, Unstoppable, I'm trying to find your channel. Is it under Unstoppable the way that you have it? Because I don't want to give people the wrong channel. And the one that I'm looking at says a gaming channel. I don't think that is yours. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, good. Some of you probably came from Sugar Love's channel, so that makes a lot of sense. But anyways, is Unstoppable still here? I want to just put her channel in the thing. Okay, so did you all see? There's just so much to break down, but I want to ask you all that are here. Did you see Dr. Blue's video the other day where she literally said that she got like a download in her spirit? Is it this one? Yeah. And basically, this came to her. This here. That, yes, that I have to watch all of Dr. Blue's replays. But this right here is what I'm talking about. This video right here, the energetic transfer. The books are open. Jacqueline S. Wright, Jaguar, is Nina Simone incarnate. Did you guys see this video? This video was excellent. Excellent. I want you all, if you haven't checked this video out, I need you to go ahead and go watch the whole thing. The one thing, I mean, I guess I can play a little bit maybe or do a recap, but the one thing that I wanted to point out, hold on. Is Jaguar's, I don't know how long she's been Jack's friend. Okay, but she came on the panel and just spoke. I mean, when I tell you when Dr. Blue says something, she means it. When she says things are going to happen, they actually happen. This panelist that came on, what I'm about to play, she's OG Patrice or OG Patrice. Unstoppable. What's your link? Is it the name right here that I'm seeing? JoJo? She's one of Jag's old friends, and she validated every single thing that Dr. Blue said, and she knows Jag personally. I found that to be fascinating. So I'm going to play that part of the video, and I'll also go back and play other parts of the video, and we can talk about it. But I want to play this part first because it just really it was I don't know. It was epic. I mean, this video was amazing. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this, and then we will come back and talk about what we observe. Okay. And shout out to Dr. Blue. You all, I know you're probably already subscribed to her, but go back and watch this video and the one that she played also the one that she had last night, and leave a comment on the video to let her know that you watched it. Okay, so let's tune in.
The death of her son was the
I gotta go back.
I've been making my point throughout.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Hey, Marsha. How you doing, girl? Oh my gosh, good to see you.
That's right. That's right. Lily Bell.
Let me plug in my internet cord.
Such a long time. Yes, it's been 20 years. Brings back so many memories.
Oh my gosh. This is Nina Simone. I need to plug in my Ethernet cord.
Stand it. I just feel like killing myself. Lost one.
You guys have to go back and watch the whole thing.
Well, who is this?
This is your other daughter.
This is the other daughter.
Yes, it's your other daughter.
And this is your mother.
I know.
This is Mrs. Graham.
It's
The devils are tossing high. The sky is shattered with blackness. No. This is the song.
Okay, so that was just part of the clip. Now, what I want to the point that I want to make at this particular point in time is the fact that, let me pull my picture back up, because it's time for us to, hold on one second. It's time for us to, tie the loose ends together. And pretty much, I've been making my point throughout. Is that this Nina Simone energy, I'm telling you, she gonna have to drop this Nina Simone energy and disengage, okay, from any energy and disengage from all of this divergent, multi off the chain energy. If anybody wants to hit the link right quick that has, anything that they would like to share, or you just, want to, say hello or anything like that, you can go ahead and hit the link at this time and whatnot.
OG Patrice is about to join the live right now.
I see there's a lot of good discussion going on in the chat.
Highlight.
Some folks have some very strong opinions. Okay, OG Patrice. Hello, OG Patrice. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
This
well.
is good. This is my first time on your channel.
Okay, OG Patrice.
I
Hello, OG.
actually,
How are you?
can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I heard an echo. I was hearing an echo, but I don't hear it now. Go ahead.
Okay, I was turning my TV down. I am actually a personal friend of Jaguars. I was watching your assessment, and I think you pretty spot on. It's so funny. Um, I told Jag that about a week or so ago
You told her what?
that she reminded me of Nina Simone.
Really? How
Yeah.
so?
Her conviction, her outspokenness, her righteous indignation on a lot of things that she stands for. A lot of people really don't know. If they really knew Jag's story, like a lot of things that happened to her, not just only in the music industry, but even in her own personal life, her childhood and things of that nature, and what childhood trauma and then trauma from the music industry can do to you. I think definitely the death of her son was the icing on a cake, so to speak. Then the death of her friend Malik B, which is the reason why she spoke out. She had already been blackballed, you guys, like for a couple of years prior to her speaking out about the industry. But the death of her friend Malik B, kind of really set her off in the way that she felt that the Roots treated him or mistreated him. Um, Her story and a lot of things that I know is not my story to tell, but I'll just say guilt, you're right, and grief is what I feel really is compelling her the most. Um, but there's a shift and a different vibe now that's happening with her, and I'm praying for my friend. Um, and I told her that, but she know I don't do mess, and I told her I have to step away from the mess, but I'm always here for her if she needs me. I'm always here for her. I was the one that actually helped her here in Arizona when she called about her car. I'm the one that took her to look at her car when her car was destroyed here. And I don't have a dog in that fight. That's just Jag fight. And like I told people many times, I'm too old, to have to get on public platforms and lie because I don't have no reason to. My life is not about that. I've been in the entertainment industry myself for over 30 years. So long before I even met Jag, I knew of Jag. But we were on different sectors in the industry, but we know a lot of people, some of the same people in the industry. I even know her and worked with her cousin's children, which are her cousin that was married to Brian McKnight. So, I know and I understand a lot of people have, a lot of negative things to say. But if you really understand how mental illness works, I mean, even all the way down to the diagnosis that her and Nina Simone share, there's a lot of truth in things that she says, but it gets convoluted when you do have mental illness. But I don't want people to mistake at all that she has not spoken truths on her experiences and things that she witnessed, things that happened to her in the industry, and even things that she said in her personal life, guys. So where she is now is a very scary place. I'm very, very afraid for her. I kind of feel like, yeah, sort of, she has a death wish on her right now. I've never seen this type of reaction from her, and I'm concerned. I'm worried. I speak to Goomba as well. I talk to him almost every day, check on him, but I have chosen to step back because I can't watch the spiral. Um, on
I stopped it here because I wanted to point out this is exactly what you or anyone else that's involved with a friend, an acquaintance, a person that you love that is spiraling and you've done your entire part and more at and you there has to be a point where you are able as a person, as a friend, as a loved one to recognize when the help that the person needs is out of your scope of influence. It's out of your scope of practice. It's out of your control. You have to be able to recognize that in working and dealing and helping someone that you genuinely care about, that you genuinely want to see do well. Sometimes it gets that deep where you have to break every chain to get away to save your own mental health or to for to practice self-preservation at the very least. So I just wanted to point that out.
social media that's going on. So when I happen upon your channel, you seem to be the most logical person that's giving the most logical explanation without all the cruelty. And that's why I'm up here on your platform, because I don't normally do this. I'm on her channel, I'm a mod on her channel and things like that. But I even the last couple of days I just been falling back because I can't watch it anymore. I can't. It's very hard when you watch someone you love and care about self-destruct, right? And it's good and it's entertainment to a certain extent, but you spot on when you talk about something that's going on deep down inside with her. My heart is heavy and it bleeds for her. I pray for her every day, but I can't be a part of the mess. I can't be a part of watching it because she's a friend of mine. So I just ask, and I know, she's been good entertainment for a lot of people, but I just ask that you guys do consider um, the mental illness plays a part in a lot of this, but don't discount that there's also some truth in the things she's been saying for years, guys. And it can get convoluted and clouded when you are mentally ill, but it does not mean she's lying about everything. Now, when she's being messy, I'll tell her, I ain't with that mess. I don't play that. I don't get down with the mess, girl. Stop it, whatever, whatever. But she's a grown woman, you know? So I just ask everyone, if you have ever had anyone that you've ever loved and cared about that's dealing with mental illness, if you ever watched them spiral, if you've ever watched somebody that was bipolar or schizophrenic or whatever form of mental illness they may suffer from, if you have any family members, then you know what that's like. You know what that's like. So there's a lot of truth in what they say, and then they convolute a lot of the truth because of the mental illness. But what we have to do is be smarter than the serpent to be able to decipher the difference between the two. And I know you guys don't know her on a personal level like I know her, right? So when I come up here to say this as a friend of hers that cares very deeply for her and that want to see her get the help that she needs and be well. that's why I'm up here speaking on her behalf tonight. It's because when I see sensible and reasonable and non-judgmental platforms, I feel more comfortable getting up saying my piece because I don't speak too much on social media. I think I came up 2 or 3 times in this doing this whole fiasco for years since I've been known her, right? I've interviewed her myself, when she first came out and went viral 3 years ago. So I just wanted to say that and thank you. May I ask, are you a clinical doctor for real? Are you licensed?
I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an academic.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, Dr. Blue, for letting me come on your platform and saying my piece. I know everybody had their opinions, they had their judgments or whatever, and you're entitled to that. I don't take that away from anyone. But I have no reason to get up here and lie. I have no dog in the fight. She's just a friend that I care about, that I'm praying for, that I want to see get well and get the help that she needs.
Right.
And thank you for letting me say my piece. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Patrice. Before you go, I'd like to ask you, do you know if Jackie has any healthy, any healthy, sound relationships that can help to facilitate her toward a place of stability?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a friend of hers. She and I, the conversations I have with her are not on social media. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So when I have the conversations with her, she's reasonable in the conversations, but when you don't listen, and she's grown,
Right.
and I don't have the wherewithal and the power of anything to say, but give her sound advice, right? And hope that she takes it, right?
Right.
When she's with me, she don't act like that. She's a different person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So her
I want us to pay attention to that. What OG Patrice just said. She pointed out that when she's talking to Jag doesn't act like this manic, depraved person. She said it herself. When she talks to Jag, she's sensible. She's able to. Yeah, I feel sorry for Sam too, Nicole, and I am very happy for this too. And I even put it in one of the chats that I was in. I'm just glad that she's able to, get the help she needs and get professional help. But I was saying, when OG Patrice talks to Jag, she said that she's sensible. She's not like what we see on social media. And two, when she talks to Jag, she doesn't do it on social media. That really speaks volumes to me, because this is like really an age of social media. So that means when they have conversations, she said it's off of social media. So that means not on YouTube, not on Instagram. They have real phone calls, real, you know what I mean? Real conversation, according to Patrice. And that speaks volumes to me because that's what a real friend will do. That's what a real sister would do. Make sure that the conversation is in a protected space, not being recorded, and not being held while the person is on a live social media platform, right? So I think that was good for Patrice to point that out because that gives us a lot of insight into who Jag can be when she wants to be. Okay, but just put a pin in that because we're going to come back to it.
her tone, her text, like everything. Like even when I took her to look at the car, when we went to the place where her car was towed to after the fire, and the lady was getting smart with her. She was about to go there, and I looked at her. I said, "Not with me. We not doing this." So she calmed down and controlled herself. So I believe for people that she cares about, when I'm with her personality, her tone, her texture, her voice, her personality, everything's different. You know what I mean? But I know she's easily triggered. And I think people on social media know that. So when they're on her channel or other channels and she's on the panel, they putting things in the chat and saying things, and she reads the chat and she's easily triggered by him. And I tell her, you don't look at the chat because I know she's easily triggered, you know, but it has to be somebody there with her that cares about her, that she can look in their eyes and can say, hey, calm down, don't go there, don't do that, you know. And so when she get up on the panels and she read the chats, and of course they egg it on, they say things to trigger her. You know, I've seen it. I'm in the chats myself sometime, or I'm just watching or looking, or if I'm moderating on her channel, you know what I mean. And I know people know, so it's like um the egging on. And I think that people, because they know she's easily triggered, they do it. You know, some do it intentionally. You know, so at least for me, what I've seen in the last few years, when I look at some of the mean, cruel things people have said and made and done where she's concerned, I just wonder, you know, because I say, well, at least Jag has an excuse. She's mentally ill. What's your excuse?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how I look. That's how I look at people, because they are evil, mean people on these social media platforms. And I say to myself, at least somebody that's mentally ill has an excuse. What is your excuse for being the way that you are? So that's self-assessment and self-inventory that I think we all need to do before, like you said earlier, judge someone. I'm very careful and selective about who I surround myself with, my family, my friends, you know, platforms I get on, because it's mean and it's ugly out here in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? So I just came up on your channel, and I watched you for a while before I got up, because I really wanted to listen carefully and look at the commentary. And I was like, wow, it was just meant to be, because I just literally told Jag this last week. I said, girl, you remind me of Nina Simone. She came out with this fight for wanting to expose and take down the music industry and tell everybody what a lot of Black females, well, just females in general, and some males now have had to go through, and the exposure and the what do you call it, when they when they I can't think of the name of the word I'm looking for, what they put you through, you know, to get fame. And all she ever wanted to do was sing. That's
You mean
all
like
she ever.
like the initiation process?
No, it's you know what they do to the not the initiation price. I'll think of it. What's the? I'm sorry.
Like a sacrifice?
No, I'll think of it, and it's an easy word. I just can't think of it right now.
Okay.
But you know, I had a famous cousin, right, that I toured with, sang background with for years. And when you look, I've seen some things. I've been around some things. I know about some parties. I know about some experiences myself, right?
Wouldn't it be amazing if OG, Patrice, and Jaguar Wright did a collab? I would love to hear that. I would really, really love. It would be such a soulful, rich R&B. Just it would be like phenomenal. I'm really gonna put this in the atmosphere and into the air and the airwaves. That I really would be incredibly, incredibly blessed and grateful to hear some form of musical, instrumental, vocal collaboration between OG Patrice and her friend who she says reminds her of Nina Simone, who she just told that to, and then Dr. Blue gets that in her spirit. Dr. Blue said that she feels that Jaguar is actually possessed with the spirit of Nina Simone, among other spirits, among other possessions. But I just believe that, we all have things that we are, working out, working our salvation out with fear and trembling, so to speak. But I think that, man, it would be amazing to hear what they could really produce between themselves, and they know each other on a deeper level, where they could write meaningful, impactful, and I will say delivering music of deliverance. You know what I'm saying? There's a music that carries a spirit. All music carries a spiritual presence and a spiritual influence. The way that their collaboration would send so many healing and delivering vibrations out, like we can't even behold. But I'm putting it out there, and I'm setting that intention for them. If it is God's will, ultimately, I want to see it happen. And I hope that I'm alive on the day that this collaboration is available. Okay? How about you? What do you guys think?
Right.
So I know she wasn't lying about a lot of things, but when you are around that stuff and you don't acquiesce into it, then yes, they blackball you. They make phone calls. They tell you don't put them on this tour. Don't let them background sing for you. Don't put them on that festival. And when you have people that have this kind of power, guys, you guys don't know how easy it is for a person with that kind of power to make a phone call and shut your whole career down.
So
And
Patrice,
that's what happened to her. And I think people don't really understand that.
so Patrice, is Erica and Faith Evans actually her cousins?
I'm not sure about that. I
Okay.
know she said on somebody's side that Faith was. I'm not sure about Erica Badu though. I can't speak on what I
Okay.
don't know, you
Oh,
know. But I do know her cousin was married to Brian McKnight because I actually worked with Brian McKnight and her cousin's sons when I lived in Las Vegas and performed in Las Vegas for over 15 years. So that's where I met them at, not knowing that they were Jaguar Wright's cousin at the time. And like I said, we know a lot of same people. I used to work with Albie Shore. She knows Albie Shore. So, things of that nature. So we knew a lot of people in the business in common, right? But we had never met until, but when you are around that stuff and you don't acquiesce into it, then yes, they blackball you. They make phone calls. They tell you don't put them on this tour. Don't let them background sing for you. Don't put them on that festival. And when you have people that have this kind of power, guys, you guys don't know how easy it is for a person with that kind of power to make a phone call and shut your whole career down.
so
And
Patrice,
that's what happened to her. And I think people don't really understand that.
so Patrice, is Erica and Faith Evans actually her cousins?
I'm not sure about that. I
Okay.
know she said on somebody's side that Faith was. I'm not sure about Erica Badu though. I can't speak on what I
Okay.
don't know, you
Oh,
know. But I do know her cousin was married to Brian McKnight because I actually worked with Brian McKnight and her cousin's sons when I lived in Las Vegas and performed in Las Vegas for over 15 years. So that's where I met them at, not knowing that they were Jaguar Wright's cousin at the time. And like I said, we know a lot of same people. I used to worked with Albie Shore. She knows Albie Shore. So, things of that nature. So we knew a lot of people in the business in common, right? But we had never met until a few years ago recently and got really, really cool and close as friends. Broke bread. We've shared moments. We visited. We've done things together. So I know her on that level, that level of a more of a person, not just the artist. So please understand that a lot of things that she came out earlier speaking about is really true. Okay. And I know from things that I've heard and witnessed that has happened to her in her childhood. It wasn't denied by the person that she was talking to when she was exposing them. They didn't say, "Oh, Jag, you crazy. Oh, Jag, that didn't happen. Oh, Jag, here you go again." That wasn't the conversation I heard. The conversation I heard solidified what she said happened to her. So it's easy to, like you said, not know the whole story. And I'm not saying that everything she's saying has been the Bible. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there is a lot of truth in what she's saying. So when you see one of our people, one of our sisters, or one of our brothers spiraling out of control, if they've had a problem with alcohol or drugs, and you wonder why so many people in the industry have had these struggles, it's because of a lot of this the word I was exploited. That's the word I was looking for. I knew it was an easy word. It was because a lot of them has went through exploitation. Okay, that's real. That's real. So I just want people to be mindful, a little bit mindful. I'm not saying you gotta, always go easy on her, because yeah, she be out here messy too. I've told her that. She knows that. I have private conversations with her.
Right.
I told her, girl, I don't do messy. I don't do it. you know. So, but just know that it's different now. It's a different energy. I'm very concerned about it. I've never seen her spiral in this shape or form before. So just know that the mental illness part is real as well, guys. And
Right.
there's a convolution of the truth and some other stuff that's mixed up in that. And that tends to happen when someone is mentally ill. So, I'm not a doctor to diagnose that or anything of that nature, but that's just been the history of how mental illness works. But again, I thank you so much for letting me come on your platform and speaking my piece. I just wanted to clear the air because I know a lot of times she gets a bad rap, and maybe rightfully so, right? Because she's done said some crazy stuff. I get it. But just know that there's so many more layers to her that you guys have no clue of what she's been through. So thank you again. And I will bid you good night, and I will bid your chat good night, and I will just continue to listen in the chat if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Thank you. One last quick question, Patrice. When you mentioned to her that she reminded you of Nina Simone, how did she respond to that?
She didn't respond at all, really. She just looked at me and said, and went like, really? And I was just like, yeah, you do. I said, you do. You actually remind me of her, because I had watched that documentary that you're showing now on Nina Simone, and I agree with you. I didn't care for the girl that they had to play the life story and all. It didn't touch the surface of Nina's life
Exactly.
at all. And you're right. It needs to be something more deeper to the surface of Nina Simone's life, because she was actually definitely a legend and a pioneer, and a hell of an activist. And people don't understand sometimes when a person have their righteous indignation. And if you look up the history of Nina Simone, she was also diagnosed with bipolar. So it's so many similarities.
Absolutely.
And the guilt and the grief of losing her father, and the guilt of the grief that I know Jag has of losing her son.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, Patrice, make sure you check out my video from yesterday as well. And I think you'll find that, just as satisfying as the one that we did tonight as well.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
a good night.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much for coming up.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
I know what I could do. Let's see. Yeah. Wasn't that like insightful? Wasn't that like really, really rich? There were a couple of things that OG Patrice, the friend of Jag, okay, behind the scenes, like has known her from being in the music industry, singing together. That's how they met. She said something very profound about Jag. And that is that she's easily triggered. And if you look at that on the reverse, Jag also easily triggers other people. Okay? What do you say? I think that's where more of Jag mental illness come out more because she was blackballed. She was, oof. Now that's deep. Coming from, I mean, that happening to a person who absolutely loves music, it's in their DNA. They can't be without it. They wake up singing melodies, songs are infiltrating their mind. Like when you're really at the top of your art, it just flows. And yeah, it's devastating to even imagine having lost all of that, you know? But the thing is, I don't know if it was entirely all lost because she still could have, tried to make music on an independent label or, I don't know how all that works, like with getting signed and any of that, but I can imagine that you could still be able to make music, put down tracks, at least practice your art, practice your artistry, get like increase your levels of mastery on different things, whether it be your instruments that you play, your vocal range. I mean, just don't stop because ultimately the music was the healing vehicle for Jag. Okay. And somehow that has really gotten lost. And that, for me, looking on the outside in, that's really, really sad. But another thing I want us to really, really keep in mind here. And by the way, thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to everyone. Don't forget to like the video. Okay. Just a reminder to hit that like button. But let's kind of do a little deep dive for a moment here. Because mental illness is very, very, very real. It's very, very challenging sometimes to learn how to really effectively cope with their mental illness and really still live a full functioning quality of life. Here's one thing I want us to ponder on, if you will. All the behaviors associated with the mental illness, or that can be kind of trapped in this like umbrella bubble and labeled as a symptom of the mental illness, is not always so. That's why you have to really take into consideration a professional's level of thinking, and even then, having that backed up by someone even higher. But anyway, let me bring it back down. Let's take a whole different illness and diagnosis and look at that and try to break that down into maybe what could possibly be the illness or what could possibly be an environmental factor, what could possibly be because of the person's culture, age, the level of attachment that they have to the people that are meaningful in their lives. So let's look at a diagnosis of autism. Autism has very, 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 very unique, sometimes bizarre, sometimes beautiful characteristics and symptoms within the diagnosis. It also falls on a very, very fluid and wide spectrum. So let's look at a diagnosis of, and now I'm not any professional, I'm just giving my opinion. This is all opinion. Everything stated in this video is not to be taken as fact or Bible. It is just simply my thoughts out loud. And what, I truly think is important to say. But when you look at a diagnosis of autism and take that autism diagnosis and place it on, say, for example, a 5-year-old child. When learning how to parent a child that is autistic or is on the autism spectrum, whatever their diagnosis has been verified as, you have to really look at, from a parenting perspective, what are a part of the child's diagnosis, what behaviors are really truly associated with the diagnosis, and be able to pull out and recognize some of the behavior, some of the language, developmental skills, some of, just of the characteristics of autism. What are some of the behaviors as a result of their age? Okay. It's very similar to the mental illness when looking at behaviors, symptoms, and all of that. Some of the things that we see, and I'm talking about specifically Jag, are not a part of her mental illness. This is some of the things that we see is her nature. It's her character. It's, it all has to kind of be taken into account. And I know this is not something that you all don't know. Trust me. I just, want to give some little wind down commentary. But yeah, I just was thinking about that because some of the behaviors that we've seen, it's really erratic, really, really, really hurtful, harmful. I mean, some of that is not all mental illness, but I think looking at what she's been putting out in the past couple of days, she has been in a rage, like screaming, talking non-stop. Right? Jag can get cited as independent, I think. What do you mean, Nicole? But yeah, I think I'm winding down. I think I'm like ready to go lay down, but I just wanted to come on and look at Dr. Blue and chat with you guys and just kind of be calm and not so hyped up. Because like all throughout the day, I'm like super hyped up. Like giving a lot of energy, talking loud, being assertive, like doing just work. So that's why I call this an evening wind down. Jag can get cited as an independent, I think. Oh yeah, in the music business. And it's really gonna be something to behold if her Philadelphia app gets traction. I don't know. I mean, anything is possible, is all I'm saying. But I really would like to see OG Patrice and Jag do some kind of collab. Let's see. Nothing else. She's easily triggered. We have to throw in the substance abuse, the being off medication. I mean, there's just so much. I don't think I've ever really seen someone like on this kind of platform like spiral out like that. I just haven't seen that until now. But I really hope that she is I don't know, gonna be great after this after this psychiatric wellness trip, hospitalization. And I really hope Goomba can get some things together. Like, have you guys, I mean, this is really, really crazy. I've not seen up until now something like this extreme and severe like play out like this. Like the way she was going off on Goomba's situationship person was so just like, oh my gosh. Like I have the audio and I'm like fearful that if I even try to play it, it will get my channel revoked. Like completely, like, you know. But thank you. Thank you. You could tell I'm like thinking and rambling. And thinking and rambling and sleepy and just really trying my hardest to stay like calm. This is why I'm a night owl, is because I'm like super, super heightened throughout the day and like full of like caffeine and energy. Like, see, if I talk like when I normally talk, I'm gonna get louder. And I don't want to do that because then it's gonna like keep me from being able to wind down. I think people should look into schizophrenia. Oh, hey, cocaine. In its manic state. Right, cocaine, because she was literally, oh, is it still sharing? She was literally talking non-stop. It was longer than 30 minutes. It was longer than 2 hours. It was non-stop. Let me see. I can't even mimic how she sounded and how deep and like everything in her was coming out of her throat. Let's see. Hmm. What does this say? I'm trying to look this up, cocaine, to see what we come up with. Let's see. See if we can see manic symptoms. The app needs to be put on hold until she help herself. Yeah, I agree. Cocaine. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I think that app should definitely be on hold. And I think Goomba has control of it from her accounts. So I really don't think she could do anything. No, I can't. Carol, I can't. I cannot play that. Like, I really cannot play that. This whole channel will just light up in flames if I even tried to play that. I was gonna share this screen with the manic episode descriptions. Manic is what I use to search. Well, let's see. This is not necessarily what I was looking for. Y'all can't even see that. Let's see. Look at my diagnostic manual. But I'll just look right here. Schizophrenia, manic. See, this is schizoaffective. Bipolar disorder versus schizophrenia. There's nothing manic about, let's see. Hold on. This is... What the? Absence of prominent delusions. What the? Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is. Let's see. That is so small. I apologize. Hi, Christine. Is that what you looked up? Hi, Andre and Chad. I have been listening while I finish up a few things, but I wanted to... Okay, Psych Central Schizophrenia Manic is what I used to search. The 10 most common signs of schizophrenia. Yeah, I would like to know what her complete, I don't know, like biopsychosocial history is. Let's see. Okay, let me do that like what you said. Let me save this tab. Come back to it. Her family said she's schizophrenic. A is spot on. It was very disturbing to me. I do not want to hear it again. No, Carol. I don't want to hear it again either. I really don't. And I just... Whew, my Lord, help us. Okay, I hope something comes up. Oh, wait. OD. Here we are. It's better not be no dang Wikipedia. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is from rethinkmentalillness.org. You could be diagnosed with schizophrenia if you experience some of the following symptoms: hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking, lack of motivation, slow movement, change in sleep patterns, poor grooming or hygiene, changes in body language and emotions. It's a mental illness that affects the way you think, feel, and behave. It affects about 1 in every 100 people. Schizophrenia may develop during early adulthood. There are different types of schizophrenia. You may experience positive and negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Positive symptoms are when you experience things in addition to reality. For example, you might see or hear things that others do not, or believe things that other people don't. Negative symptoms are when you lose the ability to do something, for example, losing motivation to do things or becoming withdrawn. They often last longer than positive symptoms. Professionals aren't sure of what causes schizophrenia. There are many different causes. The main factors that can contribute towards the development of schizophrenia are believed to be genetics and the environment. There are different types of treatment available for schizophrenia, such as medication and psychological treatments. So here we are back to the symptoms list. Change in sleep patterns, poor grooming or hygiene, changes in body language and emotions, less interest in social activities. Low sex drive. But everyone's experience with schizophrenia is different. Not everyone with schizophrenia will experience all of these symptoms. But the symptoms develop during young adulthood, and they develop very slowly.
Experience prominent hallucinations or delusions, like believing that everyone is spying on them or that everyone can hear their thoughts. Hebephrenic schizophrenia affects someone's ability to think clearly. A person can move quickly from one thought to the next, leading to disorganized speech patterns. Other people can find it difficult to understand you because of this. Finally, catatonic schizophrenia affects your ability to move. This is rarer than the other types, but can mean that you can suddenly switch between being very active and very still. You can have positive and negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Positive symptoms include hallucinations, which means experiencing things that are not real, and delusions, unusual beliefs which do not match up to the way other people see the world. Negative symptoms may be a lack of motivation and being withdrawn. They often last longer than positive symptoms. Everyone's experiences are different, and the type and strength of someone's symptoms vary from one person to the next. If you or someone you know are worried that they are experiencing schizophrenia, it's important you talk to your GP. They might refer you to a psychiatrist, as they are the only people able to diagnose schizophrenia. If you are diagnosed with schizophrenia, there are several treatment options available. Antipsychotic medication is prescribed to help manage hallucinations or delusions, while talking therapies like CBT can help you to manage your feelings. Depending on when you were diagnosed, you can also be offered help from an early intervention team that can be on hand to support you while you recover. If you are living with schizophrenia, it's still really important to make sure you're looking after your well-being. A healthy lifestyle with a good diet, regular exercise, and consistent sleep pattern all help to contribute towards this. For more information, visit us at rethink.org/schizophrenia.
Oops. Wow. Girl. With all like mental illness, though, it's really important to do everything that video was saying, have regular sleep patterns, really, develop some good coping skills if you are struggling. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. But yeah, you guys, that's what it do. She said that's Jag. Shh, all the above, child. Just insane. All right. Before I get off of here, hold on one second. Okay. Did anyone see? Excuse me. That my lord. That oh my god. Why? That the robot, she called the barbershop that, who was his name? Bobby, Jack's friend in Texas. She called the barbershop. Hallucinating is very active in Jack's mind. Things may appear to be real to them, and nobody else can see or hear what they do. Yep. Oh my gosh. But anyway, did you guys know that? Do you know that is cocaine? She called the barbershop. She called the manager of the barbershop on her live the other day. Bobby was, oh, yeah. Bobby was Goomba's friend. She called this guy on her live. And then she was texting him, like, asking him information about his barbershop. Child, these things is too much. What is that, a bear? No. But yeah, associated. I don't know, guys. I think I'm winded. I'm winded down. I'm done. It's time. It's very much time that I should not be live, because who knows what I will start talking about. I need to close my eyes and wish you all a very good night. I love you so much. Any final last words from anyone? Anything we should pick up on next time? You guys, check out Dr. Blue's video. If you have not watched it all, you need to go see that video. And I appreciate you all being here. Like, seriously. Thank you so much. But you guys, go check out Dr. Blue's video, the one that she did, where she compared Jag to Nina Simone. That video was amazing. Okay? But yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight, you guys. And we'll see you really soon. Bye.